Hey guys, Mike Rowland with the Rowland team of Platinum Real Estate Professionals. Just wanted to hop on really quick and share a story that I experienced over the weekend. I was talking to a good buddy of mine. He's actually also a former client. He purchased a home about 12 months ago, and we were just talking about how awesome it is being a homeowner and all the perks that come with it. The pride of owning a home, and then also how much equity he's acquired over the 12 months, and how much the value of his home has gone up and increased over the past 12 months. And it's just it's cool. It's exciting having these conversations with former clients and getting to hear that. But then it veered, and he told me about a coworker, and it's a good buddy of his, and he right now he's renting, and so he told him, he said, hey, you should probably purchase as well. It's kind of cool. And he said, oh, I'm waiting to time the market. I'm waiting for the market to come down, which I hear almost every day. It's one of those things where, I get it if you're uncomfortable with the idea of home ownership. I know it's kind of a bigger responsibility, but I wanted to kind of dissect this and break this down and see what this looks like in numbers. Because I asked my buddy, I said, hey, how long has he been renting for? And how long has he been timing the market? And he said, since 2012. And those of you who've been following real estate or haven't been living on a rock know what the market looks like from 2012 to now. And if this guy's been waiting that long, man, I don't know what he's waiting for. So I just wanted to do an illustration. For simple math purposes, instead of doing 8 years, let's just say it's 10 years. And I'm going to kind of go the difference of what his life might look like had he decided, instead of sitting on the sidelines, he decided to purchase in 2012. So in 2012, as we know now, it was a wonderful time to purchase. Properties were super low. Interest rates were low. They still are quite low. And so what happened is, you could buy a property back then, a pretty nice one, for let's just say $150,000. It was possible with a pool, three bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage in Green Valley. You really could. Some nice properties. And you move into something like that, you buy it for maybe $150,000, right? You put 3.5% down. Who knows? You could have even used a grant for it. So really not much skin in the game. Your mortgage payment would probably be around $1,000. In contrast, let's just say you're renting now, and good luck finding anything for rent under $1,000. But let's just say in 2012 he got himself a nice little rental for $1,000. So since we're we're trying to time the market and we can predict the future all of a sudden, let's just go back in time. Okay, so let's just say in 2012, instead of continuing to rent for $1,000, that he actually purchased. I want to illustrate what that looks like. Okay, so I don't know if you can read this, but what this looks like, and I'll break this down, is. So he's renting and he's paying $1,000 a month, or he's owning and he's paying $1,000 a month. Now, whether he's going to put 3.5% down, which some of us have, some of us don't, but there's grants as well. But what this shows you is he's paying $1,000 a month either way. Okay, so if he's paying $1,000, let's just say he's renting, he pays $1,000 a month for 12 months. Well, that's $12,000 a year. Times that by 10 years, that's $120,000 that he's paid for somebody else's mortgage, somebody else's equity. He never sees that again. It's gone. And this is unfortunately the reality that he's chose. Now, had he in 2012 just decided to move into to actually purchase a property for $150,000, that property, now again, I'm just rounding up to 10 years. Let's just say a third of that, because usually it's a 30-year loan, and he's 10 years in, a third of it is gone. Now, of course, he'll probably owe a little bit more, because typically on the first couple of years, you're paying a little bit heavier interest, but you get the point for the illustration. So he'd owe $100,000 on his $150,000 investment. His mortgage is $1,000. It's the same as what he's been renting. But now he actually has equity in the home because he's paid down his equity. So let's go back. With the rent, he's just pissed away $120,000. That's gone, and that's never coming back. On the flip side, he's paid his mortgage down from $150,000 to $100,000. And here's the kicker. Had you bought in 2012 a $150,000 house, very realistically, that property would be worth twice as much, easily. Ask any real estate agent or any homeowner. So now the difference is he is out, he's in the red, $120,000. When if he would have just purchased in 2012, his $150,000 investment's now worth twice as much for $300,000, and he only owes $100,000 on it. So now he's in the green, and he's got an equity of $200,000 that he can pull out. He can do a refi cash back. He can play with that money, go on a trip, man, buy another house for an investment. Instead, he's paid $120,000 for someone else to do that with their property. The difference is $320,000 had he just purchased in 2012. Again, very little skin in the game. 3.5%, could have used a grant too. And the difference is almost $350,000. Now let's talk about life-changing money, guys. And you know what? Let's be honest. the market is a little bit high from what we're used to, but no one's got a crystal ball. And honestly, everything I've been seeing doesn't show any signs of slowing. There's actively $10 billion in commercial real estate happening for projects tied up until 2028. These companies have way more data than you and I could ever have. And they've got $10 billion tied up. They believe in that city this much. And I do too. And guys, I'm telling you right now, there's grants and there's programs out there right now to make home ownership possible. And it's one of those things where I said it the other day and I'll say it again. People who own a home compared to people who rent have 41 times more net worth. Owning real estate is a key in a lot of people's lives to financial freedom. So if you don't talk to me, don't talk to me. Talk to your buddy who's a real estate agent. Talk to somebody, see what your options are, because you might be missing out on a huge opportunity. Vegas is not slowing down. Interest rates are super low, guys. Properties keep going up. It's multiple offers on everything right now. Just look into it. See if it's a good fit for you. I know home ownership's not for everybody, but you're paying somebody's mortgage. Why not make it your own? So contact your real estate agent today. Again, don't contact me. If you want to, go ahead. But if not, contact your local real estate agent and, do what's right. And you could set yourself up for life. Again, 8 years ago, that's $250,000 guys missing out on. So, don't miss the boat, guys. Jump in, get it while the getting's good. And, you can keep sitting on the sidelines and waiting to time the market, but, you might be waiting a while. So good to hear from you guys. Take care.